Sticking to a Minecraft world long term can be extremely difficult. With every day that passes, with every project that you complete, you build up a little bit more friction between yourself and your own world. Projects you didn't get done, materials you don't want to collect, things you don't want to do. And over time, those can stop you from logging back in and enjoying your world. Which is why I think one of the most important things is to remember you can just log onto your world and have fun. You don't have to get anything important done. Just get in there, walk around, and enjoy what you've built. Those projects take a long time. And don't worry, because time's not an issue here. Because in this world, we have forever. Hey, welcome to ForeverCraft. We have a few things to get done today, but first, I want to run a little science experiment. You see, we were repairing our tools up from that big dig at the harbor base, and I feel like the Armadillo farm just isn't as efficient as it used to be. And I need to load up some more Armadillos in there so that we get more XP, and I want to see if our little launcher will keep a lead going in the air. And if it will, I think this is how we're going to restock this thing. Unfortunately, it looks like it launches the Armadillo, but does not keep the lead. One more time for science. Nope. Okay. Well, that would have been fun. I guess we'll do it the hard way. We just need to lead some of these guys in here. The more armadillos you have in one of these XP farms, the more XP you get because it spawns more silverfish. Let me load this thing up and then we'll get to what we're actually working on today, which is collecting the initial materials for the big build at the Lovecraftian Harbor. I also wanted to talk today a little bit about how to stick to your forever world. And you might have a little bit of a hint based on some of the things we do pretty much every episode around here, which are things I like to call side quests. This little guy's really fighting me. It's important to have goals and plans and, things that you can check off of a list in your world, just so that when you log on, you really know what you're working on. But it's equally important to just have fun and do silly things in your world, even if there isn't really a practical purpose. Play with elytra launchers, try to see if you can drag an armadillo up into the sky. This has got to be infuriating to watch. I am absolutely failing at getting this armadillo in the hole. Did he fall in? Oh, great, his lead's still connected. Oh, geez. And there it is, number 24 in the hole. Let's clean this up a little bit, replace our little roof, and now hopefully this thing should be a lot more efficient. I'm not sure if I lost armadillos or if I just got lazy when I first built this and didn't put the cap inside of the farm. Oh, it looks like we may have lost our roof block. We'll just put that there for now. I'd rather not have a hole open to that because those armadillos are really annoying to put in there. Another tip to staying in your forever world long term is clean up your messes. These little things can feel like nothing when you're doing it at the time. Like I built that little pen to breed up the armadillos. But if you leave ugly stuff like that in your world, it will really add up over time. And then you've just got chores to do to clean everything up, and nobody wants chores. I mentioned last episode that me and Plato came up with a redstone solution for these ice path highways, but I think I may implement a temporary fix until then, because just like that, I'm starting to get pretty frustrated by flying by these corners, and that redstone input is going to take a little while to figure out and build. I think I've got a quick fix that at least makes us not fly by all of our turns constantly, until we implement the much cooler redstone fix. All right, the first major resource we need to gather for the build is gonna be tuff blocks, which are not the best thing in Minecraft to farm. When you do find a tuff vein, they're generally pretty large, but there's really no way to get tuff other than just old-fashioned mining. I think step one is gonna be taking this beacon and moving it down beneath the surface and try to just find some tuff veins that we can really quickly insta-mine out of the earth. Before we can move the beacon, I actually want to dig this stone area out. As you can see, I kind of already started because we're going to want to replace all of this top layer with grass so that we don't have like all this ugly stone. The build will cover a lot of this area, but I still don't want to leave a bunch of ugly stone there, and it's going to be much easier if we just get a layer of dirt down here. So let's rip this thing out and put down some dirt. Another big tip to keep in mind when you're trying to stick to a forever world is take breaks before you burn yourself out. If you find yourself placing 3,000 dirt blocks to simply flatten out an area and you just can't place one more dirt block, just stop, go do something else. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go do something else. I need to find a good spot to set up our beacon that I just took down so that we can start gathering tuff blocks. You'll notice that I am wearing my elytra, but we don't have any rockets still. I'm just keeping it on me so that we can start using our elytra launchers around the world. In fact, I've put one over here next to our little base because I find myself running back and forth from that hill down to here to to either drop off materials or grab new materials. So it's nice to have a way down here to kind of quickly jump up and fly there like this. You also get a nice little view of the town. You can do a little fly around, and it's just a lot more efficient to get up here, so we can make this build happen efficiently, but still make it, you know, fun and interesting. So yeah, we're just gonna wear the elytra. We're gonna be a little bit more vulnerable, but being able to fly down hills like this, even if we're not using rockets to propel ourselves around the world, it's gonna be nice to just be able to jump off of high places and also use our elytra launchers in places like here at the harbor or back at the, whoops, I broke my grass, or back at Alpha Site 17. Elytras also allow me to do things that you wouldn't really think are important, but are kind of handy, like jump up over a like 2-block wall like this. If you do a little elytra bounce, you can actually jump over like walls and fences, and that's just pretty handy. You'd be surprised how often that kind of thing is actually very useful. Let me set my spawn. I think I broke it earlier. All right, we're gonna drop off these materials, and then I'm gonna go do a little searching. We have a trial chamber over there, which I've considered using to gather tuff because trial chambers have a bunch of tuff. Right down there at the end of our boardwalk is actually like a water elevator that goes to a trial chamber, but all of the tuff there is mostly tuff bricks, and we have all the varieties of tuff in the base level of this next build. So I don't really think that's going to be the most efficient way. I think we should just find a good hole, put up our beacon, and just start digging a whole area. First things first, I think we just need to pick a good location to start digging. But let me clear out my inventory and grab some empty shulkers because we don't want to go start digging tuff and not have anywhere to put it. All right, I want to put this thing a little bit further back from the ocean. The issue with mining anywhere near an ocean is that if you're near an ocean, there are typically more like water caves, and we don't want to be constantly fighting back water caves or getting into areas that we can't even mine. So I'm thinking we go back here to the back side of this hill and just kind of dig down, maybe like right here. I know there is like a pretty big cave over there, so there might be caves here too, but we're gonna risk it. I'm gonna dig down. Let's just do right here. We'll go straight down and just try to find a good level for digging tuff. Typically you find tuff a lot more down near deep slate. And that's right, we're gonna dig straight down. Okay, we're into the deep slate layer now. I'm actually not gonna go all the way down to like -60. Oh, well, shoot. Well, there's some tuff. Oh, geez. Let me think. Is this gonna be okay? This should be fine. We'll just do it here. That's fine. This will mean that we have to dig out less area for the beacon, so I guess that's kind of nice. So this is the center of our beacon. If we look straight up the hole, we need to make sure we remember where this is. I believe it's 9 by 9 on the base, but honestly, I mess it up like every time. What I was about to say before we like dug into this cave was that I like to put a beacon like this for underground strip mining of like things like tuff blocks higher up. That way we have a lot of surface beneath the beacon to really work through, and we can kind of dig out layer by layer to find the tuff pockets. But since there's already a cave here, it's a lot easier to just set this thing up in a big open space than it is to dig out enough space for the beacon. But you can't insta-mine deep slate, but when we actually get to the tuff blocks or tuff pockets themselves, then we're gonna be all set. Oh man, I was not thinking, and we didn't bring, let me think, how can we fix this? We didn't bring an ingot to put in there. You know what we can do? We can do cobbled deep slate. I believe cobbled deep slate makes furnaces now. So if we can just get 8 cobbled deep slate, we'll just smelt up one of these gold blocks real quick. And there it is. Just like that, we've got haste 2 deep down in our cave. We had to do a little bit of ingenuity to make things work, and I think we should probably patch up wherever this lava's coming from before we really hurt ourselves. Let's slap a couple torches here so we can still see when the lava's gone. You may have noticed by now, but there aren't any mobs in this cave. No, our server is not on peaceful mode. But a few months ago, I went through the grueling effort to craft what in Minecraft is known as a mob switch. And currently the mob switch is on, which means we won't have any mobs spawning around us. So we're safe to cave dive all we want. Unless that mob switch gets turned back off, in which case we will be in very, very much danger. But yeah, it's pretty handy. And if you're playing on a forever world, honestly, I kind of recommend doing it. Sometimes it's nice to be able to just log on Minecraft and go messing around in the caves or running around at nighttime and not have to constantly worry about mobs trying to get you. It's a lot of effort to build one, and there's like a whole bunch of stuff involved in it, but once you have it, and it's just super nice to be able to flick that thing on and kind of turn your world into peaceful Minecraft, even if it isn't. You get all the benefits of playing Minecraft on peaceful mode and all the benefits of playing on regular survival. It's just a win-win. Anyway, I've got a whole bunch of tuff to collect, and then after we get all this tuff collected, or at least as much as I can manage to do right now without losing my mind, we're gonna head back up and start working on that little Nether highway adjustment that I want to make, at least as a band-aid until we get the actual redstone stuff in place. We're also gonna get some diamonds, which is kind of nice. We don't really need any diamonds right now because I have the only shop on the server, but it's nice to have them, you know? We actually need gravel. I've been kind of digging around this, but I might as well collect everything we need while we're here. This is a really good example of when sometimes you like don't want to move the beacon. If you've ever done like big projects like this, or you're really deep into Minecraft, there's gonna be times when you're at a point in the game when you have a beacon and you need to go collect the material and you're like, it's just not gonna be worth tearing that thing down and moving it. I promise you, if you're getting more than a shulker of materials, it is probably faster to move the beacon. I'm actually kind of blown away already by just how fast I'm filling up these shulkers with tuff blocks. It is 100% worth it just to put in that little bit of extra effort to save yourself quite a bit of pain. All right, I think that's a solid start to our tuff gathering journey. We've got a couple shulkers plus a few more stacks of inventory, and that exhausted that vein at least. We've got this beacon set up so it'll be easy to hop back down in here and do some more when we're ready to grind out a little bit more. Let's get rid of this actually, we don't need to leave this here anymore. I wonder what his plan to get out of this deep dark hole is when he has no rockets. He must have some super secret plan. I don't. I actually didn't even think about that before I started digging straight down into the world, but I think we can actually keep digging down, and with a little bit of luck, we might hit our strip mine that connects up to our little harbor house over there on the water. All right, this is the Y level, but the question is, which direction is home? I'm trying to think in the world. I think east? Oh, look, diamonds. Well, it wasn't all for naught. All right, I'm not feeling great about this direction. Let's go back this way. I think this way is home. Oh man, I have no idea. 4 diamonds. 4 diamonds. 38 diamonds. Pretty solid considering we weren't even here to get diamonds. Oh, hallelujah. We've made it. And there's our little copper golem that fell down here about 2 months ago. I lost this guy for like 2 weeks and I had no idea where he could have gone. Somehow he jumped in my base down the hole and now he just lives here, I guess. All right, we're back home. Let's drop off our materials. And then I want to do a little ice path upgrade work. All right, we are going to need gray stained glass, which we have pretty much none of. We actually have pretty much no glass whatsoever. I'm gonna take this sand over to our smelter real quick. I don't know if I've really showed this off in a video or not, but I did build at least kind of a mini super smelter over here in the rocket factory. I'm actually not gonna load it the top way because we'll end up using up way more furnaces than we need because it will distribute the sand evenly across all of these. And I don't feel like replacing all of those lava buckets. We don't need that much glass. We're only gonna need a handful, maybe a stack or two. So we'll just manually load a few furnaces. The system will still reload the actual lava buckets, as you can see, and it still like will kick out our empty ones here. But we don't have to manually replace all of these to smelt like 1 sand per furnace. Someday we'll probably do like a bamboo style that auto refills the fuel, but for now, I don't mind just filling up the buckets after we load some materials in. Typically we have enough lava buckets here to kind of replace all of the furnace worth. So if we do like a 1 shot across all the furnaces, we can kind of refill the system just by grabbing our lava right here. Honestly, that's probably enough right there. We don't need very much glass because when you convert it to panes, you get a lot of glass. First, let's start with what is my current least favorite intersection in this nether. Oh, you know what? We can actually use this. Is this even faster than running? I don't know. It is fun to fly, okay? Even if we're not using rockets, it's just nice to have an aerial view of your world. Not to mention that uses 4 wind charges, which is a whole breeze rods every time we step in that thing. So we do want to be a little bit careful, but it's just too fun, okay? And if you want to stick to your forever world, you need to have fun. For now, we're going to use the shift method. Look, the server does not like that. All right, this guy has been hanging out on the highway for a long time, and I'm sorry. I just can't handle it anymore. Okay, so my super high-tech intricate method is we're just going to widen the intersection. I think if we give ourselves a little bit more space, we'll be able to catch the lips here. And it's not ideal and it's going to be a little clunky, but for now, it's better than what we're doing, which is flying by this corner every time we come through here. I didn't realize this section of highway is completely bare bones and it's actually just slabs. That's kind of ugly, but whatever, I guess. All right, so now that should be a catch point so that no matter which direction in this highway you're going through, you should be able to just kind of hug the side and go the way you want to go. Let's just fly down here and give this thing a test. I don't even know where this is, but anyway, we'll head back this way. Now we should be able to just hold the side, and no matter what, we should go into this little nook. Yeah, and then we can kind of figure it out from there. It's still a pretty awkward, but at least we won't fly by the turns anymore, I guess. Look, it's not a perfect solution. We have the perfect solution. We just need to do it, you know? And for now, I don't want to keep missing my turns. Sometimes in Minecraft, especially when you're working on a massive project like this, it can feel like you're just not getting anything done. But that's why it's so important to remember you really need to enjoy the process. Things like this take a long time and you just need to buckle down and do it. And when you get bored, just go do something else and have fun. Anyway, I've got about 1,000 more dirt blocks to place. If you made it this far in this episode, I appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around. Have a good one.